Ladies, I am here tonight on the show. And tonight I am going to talk about the Toronto Milwaukee game. So this was everybody was talking about this game, about possibly an Eastern Conference Finals between Toronto and Milwaukee. And obviously, a lot of people actually thought Toronto was going to win this game because Toronto's been playing really good basketball lately. This was like a measuring stick game for them. Milwaukee had a game last night, a very long game last night versus Washington. So a lot of people were like, Toronto's going to get this game at home. They're playing good basketball. They're at home. Milwaukee's going to be tired. And in the first half, it looked like Toronto was going to get this, man. They were up by, 10, 15 points. Milwaukee could not shoot the three. They were shooting a bunch of air balls. At one point, I think they shot three straight air balls. Marvin Williams, Devinchenko, and Eric Bledsoe. I think three straight air balls. You could tell. That's what happens when you're tired. You coming off a back to back. You shoot air balls. Your legs are not under you. You don't have the strength to shoot a 3-pointer. But something happened. I thought the momentum kind of switched at the end of the second quarter, and I thought Toronto went cold. And if this is where they missed Kawhi Leonard, I believe when you need at least one superstar when the average players go now. Siakam, Kyle Lowry, they're good, but I don't think they're quite superstars. At least not in Kawhi Leonard's. But I believe that's where Kawhi Leonard would have taken over, where they don't have Siakam's still trying to become a star in this league. He's doing a good job, and Kyle Lowry, he's I don't know, he's above average. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's a star or not. But they kind of got cold. Milwaukee got a little bit going in towards the end, and I said it. I'm like, it's halftime. I believe it was 52-50 at halftime. Toronto led. I'm like, Milwaukee turned the momentum around a little bit here in the end of the second quarter, and they're a fantastic third quarter team. Don't be surprised if the momentum completely swings over to Milwaukee, and that is exactly what happened, man. Milwaukee took off. Toronto once again was cold for most of the night. They couldn't. They got off to a fantastic start in the first quarter, even half of the second quarter. But towards the end of the second quarter, they were never the same team. They got cold. They still play really good defense. I thought they did have a good strategy defensively and get the Punko. Same thing. They were daring him to shoot threes, and when he would get down on the post or on the paint area, they would throw the double team at him. That was a good strategy. But I thought defensively they were actually pretty good tonight. They only held Punko to 19 points. And Middleton was the leading scorer with 22. So I thought Toronto defensively had a pretty good game plan. The problem is offensively they couldn't hang on with Milwaukee. They just couldn't. That's what worries me about Toronto. That without Kawhi Leonard, they just don't have the enough firepower to go to head with guys like Milwaukee, the Clippers, the Lakers, possibly even the Celtics. That is what worries me about Toronto, man. Defensively, they're fantastic. It started to remind me at times what they were doing to get the Punko with the double teams, especially around the paint area, what happened last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. The difference this year, they didn't have Kawhi Leonard to bail them out. When they went to cold stretches, they didn't have Kawhi Leonard to kind of carry them until everybody got heated up again, especially in the second half. And Milwaukee finally got hot. They took over, and Milwaukee was able to pull it out tonight. So yeah, this is where I feel they're fine with a bunch of teams, but when you play teams like Boston, Milwaukee, the Lakers, the Clippers, that's where you miss Kawhi Leonard's offense. He can bail you out when you get cold. That's where they miss him. They're fine against most people, but those four teams, that's where you need them the most. And obviously they don't have them anymore. Some people from Toronto in the chat were getting ass hurt. In my live stream, they were like, "Well, we don't have Marc Gasol. We don't have what's his name, Norman Powell." I'm like, no disrespect, but Marc Gasol's a little bit up in age. He's not gonna drop 25 a night. Norman Powell, he's a good player, but he's not a star. No disrespect, but the result would have most likely been the same if Pau Gasol, I beg your pardon, Marc Gasol or Norman Powell would have played tonight. I'm sorry. What they missed tonight was a superstar like they had last year in Kawhi Leonard. Let me read the stats here real quick before I leave the airwaves. And Punko, like I said, 19 points, was really limited. Good job defensively on him. 19 rebounds. That was impressive. I didn't get Punko. 19 points, 19 rebounds. Middleton led the way with 22. Lopez 15. Bledsoe 17. Wesley Matthews 7. Marvin Williams was key, I thought, knocking down some threes. He had 9 points. He was the guy that was kind of knocking down some threes in the first half while a lot of these Milwaukee players were cold. He only had 9 points, but they were key 9 points, I thought, by Marvin Williams. But yeah, let me look at Toronto. Pascal Siakam, 22 points. Anaboy, 11 points. Serge Ibaka, 5 points. See, that's what I'm telling you. It's 5 points from Serge Ibaka. Kyle Lowry, 10 points. Kyle Lowry has got to play better. I'm telling you, he has got to play better. I don't think he's a star in this league, but he's above average player. And you only put up 10 points. And this is the game you need to show up. And you need to be the Robin to Pascal Siakam. Last year, he was the third best player on this team. This year, he's got to make the jump to number 2. Last year, it was Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry. This is where Kyle Lowry this is his problem in the past when he was with the Martha Rosen. Last year, he was getting saved a lot by Kawhi Leonard and even Pascal Siakam. This is where he's got to show up. Kyle Lowry, unacceptable. He's got to be ashamed of himself, dude. 10 points for Kyle Lowry. This is a playoff atmosphere game. At times, it felt like it was May instead of February. And Kyle Lowry only 10 points. That's unacceptable, man. He has got to be the guy that steps up. He's got to step up to the plate right here. Van Fleet, 14 points. Buncher, 10 points. Davis, 10 points. But if, Serge Ibaka, whatever, he's out there more for his defense, 5 points, whatever. But Kyle Lowry has got to step up and be a better sidekick to Pascal Siakam. That is unacceptable. You are not going to win anything in the playoffs, especially against teams like Boston and Milwaukee, if Kyle Lowry plays the way he did tonight. Kyle Lowry has got to play a lot better. He has got to play a lot better than he did tonight. 10 points, man. Wow, that's unacceptable, man. That is unacceptable, man. That's unacceptable. I understand nobody had a big night. Nobody even got to 25 points tonight. The highest score was Middleton with 22 and Pascal Siakam. But damn it, from your starting point guard, the guy that's supposed to be the second best player on the team after Pascal Siakam, and you only put up 10 points, that is unacceptable, Kyle Lowry. You have got to show up. Because if you play like this in the playoffs, which, this felt like a damn playoff game, you are in trouble for sure, Toronto. So don't give me Mark Gasol was not playing. Don't give me Norman Powell was not playing. Your problem your problem tonight should be Kyle Lowry was terrible tonight with only 10 points. That's the guy that's really got to show up. Marc Gasol, he's nice. Norman Powell, yes. But it don't matter, man. Kyle Lowry, whether they're out there or not, Kyle Lowry has got to be a better sidekick to Pascal Siakam. You already don't have Kawhi Leonard, and now Kyle Lowry's going to play like this? You're going nowhere, Toronto, when it comes to beating teams like Boston or Milwaukee if Kyle Lowry plays the way he did like this tonight. This was unacceptable by Kyle Lowry tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out like a lie. Until next time, holla at your boy.